East African Time, welcome to Newsfeed with me, Stanley Nyerungita. This is what is happening in the country and beyond. President William Ruto has called for an equal global financial system that favors all countries. Ruto, while addressing the youth drawn from different parts of the world in Paris, France, noted that the world has the necessary technology and finances to mend the climate change crisis that has caused flash floods and even drought. This even as he invited the world for the Africa Summit, where Nairobi will play host on the 4th to the 6th of September this year.
Many people from around the world in one of the most historic cities under the magnificent Eiffel Tower. The joy and happiness exuded by all of us here, I wish it could be shared around the world. The people of Kenya, Africa, and many parts of the world live in the reality of the new normal. The climate crisis is getting worse every year, with millions losing their lives and livelihoods to drought, flash floods, heat waves, cyclones, and wildfires. Luckily, the solutions to make a difference are in our hands. And when I see you, I see the future, and I see the solution to the challenges that exist in our globe. We have the necessary technology. We have the necessary finances today, and it is possible for all of us to act together to course correct. What has gone wrong, we have it in our power to get it right. It requires solidarity. It requires fairness. It requires equity. And when I see you, I see that great future of immense possibilities. Africa has the greatest potential for renewable energy, from solar, from wind, from hydro, from geothermal. Kenya is already leading the way with 92% of our grid being green. At this global citizen event, we call for a global financial system that is fit for purpose. One that does not pit the West against the East, or the North against the South, or emitters against those who don't emit, or the developing against the developed. We want one that is fair, a financial system that is fair, that is transparent, and it is not too much to ask for a fair system. A financial system that does not advantage emitters and disadvantage low-income countries. A financial system that supports a climate-positive growth and a green industrial growth powered by renewable resources to help us all decarbonize. It should also provide Africa and the Global South with affordable finance that can help us all attain a goal of low carbon and resilient world and attain the Paris Agreement of net zero by 2050. This is ultimately about our people, about us all, and our health is the human face of climate change. Our next frontier is building climate and pandemic resilient health systems, resilient economic development.
And back home, it is a sad relief for parents and high school students from Kisii County as they head home for the half-term holidays, as the County Assembly approved 145 million shillings county bursary funds to enable students from vulnerable families and less fortunate get funds to aid them in school fees payment. At an event marking the disbursement at the Kisii Stadium, Governor Simba Arati assured Kisii County residents that it won't be business as usual on matters corruption, further urging them to be on the lookout on fraudsters planning to sell fake bursary forms. More than 4,500 students from the 45 wards of Kisii County will benefit from the funds. There will be no check issued to the students. Rather, they will be electronically sent to schools in order to reduce corruption and embezzlement of funds.
Nataka kusema kwamba leo tulikuwa kwa shughuli hii ya kuhakikisha kwamba tumepeana fedha ambazo zinasaidia wanafunzi kusoma shilingi milioni 145 kwa wanafunzi wapatao karibu 4,500. Hao ndio wamefaidika. Kuna wale ambao wamepewa fedha za shule ya sekondari, wale wa boarding, wale ambao ni yatima. Kwa hivyo kuna viwango vingi ya watoto tumepeana. Lakini cha muhimu, kupeana unajua ni tofauti. Kupeana ni tofauti, vile vile kuilinda kufika shuleni inakuwa kwamba ni kazi nyingine. Kwa hivyo tumehakikisha kwamba benki yenyewe ndiyo inatuma pesa kwa shule. Hatupeani checks kwa mtu yoyote. Ile tumefanya kwamba ile list ambapo pesa zimetuma katika account za shule, watoto watapata kitu kinaitwa voucher kuonyesha kwamba yeye ndiye amefaidika, na akipeleka voucher ile kule watamark against jina lake ndipo sasa apewe receipt. Kwa hivyo Mungu akipenda, Kisii kwa mwaka miwili ijayo nitahakikisha kila mtoto yuko shuleni, na hii ni kazi niko na uhakika. Tumekubaliana na MCA, waheshimiwa wa MCAs, kwamba kazi yetu kubwa ni kuhakikisha jamii imekuwa, na sisi kazi yetu ambayo tumepewa sasa ni kuhakikisha watoto wameenda shule. Kwa hivyo nataka niwahakikishie wananchi watukufu, safari hii Kisii will be a benchmarking county on issues za bursary, watoto kwenda shuleni. Hatuhitaji ukora yote. Ukora kama itafanyika kule shuleni, tutauliza EACC kwamba kuna ukora imefanyika shule fulani. Kwa hivyo EACC itafuatilia na kuwakamata ambao watahusika. Haitakuwa tena kazi ya MCAs. Mliona wakati mwingine MCA wa county zingine walikuwa wanaficha checks. Mimi sijapeana hiyo appetite kwa waheshimiwa wa MCA, walikataa, hawataki mambo kama hiyo. Kwa hivyo kila pesa itaenda shuleni, itawajibika katika shule ambayo imekwenda kule. Na sisi tutahakikisha kwamba baadaye wakati EACC itafanya uchunguzi itaona huyu mtoto aliingia form 1 to form 4. Kwa hivyo pia walimu ambao watapokea zile majina, kama hakuna mtoto shule hiyo, tafadhali pesa irudi, kwa sababu tutauliza EACC, nitaiuliza, itafuatilia, na sisi huku tutawajibika kwa pesa ambazo ni za umma. Hiyo ndio kazi tuko nayo.
Country now say that they want to benefit directly from the sweat, especially from revenue generated through telecommunication companies. Safaricom Limited, the musicians prefer to deal directly with the telco giant as opposed to dealing through what they call exploitative brokers. Through the newly elected chair, Ngaruya Jr., the artists expressed their support for the e-housing scheme, hoping to benefit from the scheme. Hence, the government should look into the matter. The new chair is expected to liaise with the government and lobby for their rights.
Watu kama 4 5 wanachukua hiyo pesa ili ifikie muimbaji. Sisi kama wasanii tumeonelea ni vizuri hao wako katikati ya Safaricom na muimbaji. Waimbaji wamesema ikiwezekana, kwa sababu wamepatiwa permit ya kuchukua hizo nyimbo, kuchukua hizo pesa za waimbaji. Ikiwezekana, wameniuliza niongee na William Samoei Ruto, our president, hiyo skiza, hiyo pesa ziko katikati zinakuliwa na hiyo matapeli, umeita matapeli, matapeli zitolewe.
Iliana pia ya kwamba tunaomba serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Tunajua ya kwamba unahifadhi uimbaji. Wewe ni muimbaji, ulikuwa wa kwaya jameni. Na tunajua ya kwamba ukishika ule uimbaji kwa moyo wako utatusaidia sisi kama waimbaji.
Elsewhere, an activist has moved to court to petition the removal of Kenya Rural Roads Authority Board chairperson Professor Oyuko Mbeche, saying he is in office illegally. In the application filed before the Employment and Labour Relations Court, Shadrack Mureithi says Mbachu has attained the mandatory retirement age of 60 years and is therefore in office illegally. Mureithi, through his lawyer, Jack Onganya, told the court Mbachu's term expired in 2019. He was then reappointed for a second term, which expired last year, further stating that was still in office despite the expiry of his constitutional limit of 2 terms, which ended last year. Mureithi has sought orders asking the court to restrain the professor. Stakeholders in youth empowerment are calling on the youth of the country to embrace innovation and to take advantage of government initiatives on funding targeted at the youth, such as the Youth Fund. Speaking in Meru County Youth Enterprise Development Fund, Chairperson Fatma Barayan emphasized that the youth could benefit greatly from such initiatives to give the ideas as a chance to get off the ground and be fruitful. On their part, Meru youth have welcomed the push, urging the stakeholders to ensure the loans are approved and disbursed in good time to allow for more youth to benefit.
This is a pilot program, and this is the 5th county we are in today. Basically, it's to arrange with other stakeholders a discussion, a conversation on enterprise development and how we are going to empower and assist our youths to create their own jobs rather than being job seekers, and how we are going to assist and mentor them, providing them with skills that will enhance their enterprises and also show them how they can sustain such.
The government has set priorities in different areas. We have core value chains now we are pushing, and we are particular about creating opportunities for the young people within those core value chains. The advice I have to the youth is that the government has a number of priorities, a number of opportunities for them. We have funding opportunities for the young people. We have job creation opportunities through programs such as the AGPO programs. And young people should go out and get to understand what government has for it, and then they make use of it.
I'd say for each country is different, because when we do the planning visits with the stakeholders in country, they are able to identify the areas that they experience challenges.
Tumeelezwa hata kwamba hata kama si pesa tunaweza kupata training ya vile tunaweza panga biashara zetu ili ziwe manufaa.
And the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport will have a new transit terminal to facilitate more layover flight landings, even as the airport seeks to re-establish dominance in the regional aviation industry. Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says a new national aviation policy has been laid down, which will improve coordination with foreign airlines and improve the handling of perishable goods before importation.
We also want to provide infrastructure at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport that makes sure that when customers come here, they will feel like it is a better transit airport. And as such, we are in the process already of inviting investors, private investors, to come and establish a new terminal in JKIA. That investment, we believe that before the next election, it should be operational.
The Eastern African market, which we traditionally managed out of Nairobi, showed many similarities in terms of competitive landscape, and the marketplace and the language with South African market, Nigeria and Ghana. Therefore, it made sense to find efficiencies in managing the different countries and by creating a single region, which we now call NGESA.
Right from the airports, let's take a short break. We'll be right back with more. Today marked exactly 7 years since his murder. In partnership with the International Justice Mission, families present and legal representation present called on the government to hasten the justice process, saying extrajudicial killing cases should take at least 3 years to complete and 1 year the Court of Appeal if an appeal is filed.
Number of investigators and prosecutors working in the shadows to ensure a triable case. Whilst to most of us, this marks the end of a 7-year-long struggle for justice, for the families, the journey of reflection and healing will last a lifetime. While justice may have been served in court, the families do continue to live in the reality of having lost their loved ones. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the respective families of Willie, Joseph and Josephat for your tremendous bravery and for your courage during this season. And I want to assure you of our continued commitment to honour and remember these three. I would like to officially express my gratitude to each one of you who played a part for ensuring